Once the concrete was fixed, we put down some gripper to keep the flaking paint adhered to the slab. And also it provided a primer coat. We didn't have enough gripper to do 2 entire coats. We did like 1.5, but that was plenty. We followed that up with some of our exterior house paint. We were planning on using stall mats from Tractor Supply, but we found out that this rolled rubber flooring from a local company was actually less expensive, and it seemed like it would be easier to install and have a nicer look than a bunch of like 6 or 8 stall mats cobbled together. Plus, rather than driving way out to the suburbs to Tractor Supply and loading it up ourselves, we had this handily delivered to us. We ordered the 8mm thickness, and though it doesn't seem very thick, it was actually really tough and gives just the right amount of spring to it.
This side down, no shit.
We got 2 of the standard 5-foot width rolls, and then they just cut it to whatever length you want. The main struggle with the first roll was working around this gas meter pipe. We just measured how far down it is and then made a slit to kind of wrap around it with a circle at the end for the pipe. It took a little tweaking. We had to like widen and pull and manipulate it for a bit, but it got there eventually. Moving the mat around was also kind of a bear. It's just so heavy and awkward. We found a technique is just sort of like fling it like you're making a bed with a sheet, and then a wave will kind of put it where you want it to go, but it's still not easy. They give you about a foot of extra length, so you have to trim it according to how much you actually need, and that is done also with a utility knife. We use liquid nails to keep it in place and tack down any wrinkles or bubbles, and it worked pretty well. Once the adhesive was down, we applied our sort of patented tap around the edges, walk around, hop around technique to keep it adhered. I actually hit my step goal that day just by walking around the edges of this mat. Without any obstacles in the way, the second roll went down a lot faster than the first one. The factory cuts aren't exactly straight, so we had to fix that so it would align to the house properly. All in all, this project went pretty smoothly. It only took a few hours, and I couldn't be more pleased with the results. The seam is barely noticeable, and it also hides a lot of the little bumps and irregularities that were still in the concrete. I'm a fan.